I think that we have to oblige now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please give a round of applause. First and foremost, thank you. First and foremost, if we all could recall, the first protest that emanated from this Justice for Mohbad was widespread. It was felt in all the parts of the country and all over the world. And the funny reality is that we don't even have evidence there. We don't even have confession. We don't see something of a clue there. The only thing we saw was bent neck. Now that we have seen Adura coming out to express itself, and the funny part is this, let's be honest with ourselves. Whether Adura, whether Damola Ainde, the Habib guy in court, they were both in the house when Mohbad passed on. If that case went on, one of them will go to prison.
Exactly.
And now, under the Lagos State government and Lagos State Police Command, they want to settle that kind of a case. And yet, our own concern about the confession and the video will not be touched. And you want to accept that.
No.
And you think people in the north will accept that. And you think people in the east will accept that. Whether there is hunger, whether there is this, there is that in the country, the most important thing is that we want to live. And we want to enjoy the time we have. If in our own country, the case of murder will be swept under the carpet, or will be getting the backing of the Nigerian police, and the government and political parties will be watching on, then we don't have a country here. Then you and I are not safe. Yes. And that is why you need to understand that these are the basic ideology that keep in the society so that we can be perpetually exploited. That is why every day, January to December, go to major embassies, foreign embassies. Nigerians will kill in front of embassies as if there is war in Nigeria. When will that end? One case will set the record straight and will free the nation. We are no longer kids in this country. And it is time for us to understand that the power of the people is sacrosanct. We need to come together. Like I said, we're going to be giving 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, and if there is no motion, there is no decisive action, then we will know and we can easily face and say to the entire Nigerian police, for now, we have utmost respect that, maybe a section of the Nigerian police is compromised. It's possible, it can happen. But the authority of the Nigerian police, they have the ample opportunity to redeem that image now and tell those that are trying to hoodwink the Nigerian police name and integrity into this and say, don't do it. If there is anything the youth will frown against, if there is anything all the students in Nigeria will frown against, is that if the institution of the police will openly, blatantly support a murderer, there is no way that kind of police will cease to make sense even in the international community. Because all these games is becoming nuisance and it's preposterous. It's not acceptable. It's not making sense again. How can we report, I'm a citizen? How can I send with my hard-earned stress and money, look at this case. Look at evidence sent to me. Details of how Mohbad died in a case you are doing. And suddenly they said, we are not going into that. To even harmonize the case become a problem. And that police station will still want to say, we are here to maintain law and order. How does that make sense? Is homicide case not part of law and order? And one Robe, if we fold our hands, we need to make it straight known to them that you might think it is going to be difficult for Nigerian people to revolt and demand for the right. But in this case, if I look, it's not about Mohbad. It's about my life, the life of your son, your daughter. Your daughter will have a lover. Anybody could fall in love with anybody and say, let me go and visit him in Kaduna. Let me go and visit him somewhere. Look at how parents toil and suffer on their children, and somebody will strangle that child and say, I'm angry, without recourse to your effort on your child. That is what they want us to accept as a society. They know Mohbad was killed in that house. They know it. And at the end of the day, they want to tell the public that we are irrelevant. That the Nigerian public, we don't even matter. That our lives means nothing. That they can use the tool of government and the institution of government. And I can tell you for free, this does not represent what the president of this country, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, stands for. He is a Democrat. Trust me. Forget about everybody will say so many lies. Most of his political enemies, look at them. Those that betrayed him, those that they are alive. He still forgive them. He has simplified that you can disagree and then agree. If it was disagreement that happened between Mohbad and whoever took his life, why can't they spare his life? Why can't they learn from Asiwaju, from his political enemies? So what are you telling me? Nobody should use the name of a president to actually think he will support them taking the life of another person, not on their lives. So Mr. President, it is not our intention to eat the polity. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, it is not our intention to eat the polity. But if you fail to listen to the yearning of the public and you're making it look like we are stupid, we are irrelevant, and not take decisive action with this new lead within 2 weeks, we will give times 3 of NSAS. We will give times 3 of NSAS. Yomi Fabiyi, I will never back down.
Wow. We stand by you. We are together.
For free, you all know me, I will never back down. If I say I will go straight and I will stand, even if I'm standing alone, I will ensure I fight for the future of my children and the children of the other friends and other citizens and the old ones in this society. It is time for you to understand that the public gave you the power you are using.
Yes.
Without the public, there is no police. Without the public, there is no soldiers. Without the public, there is no governor. Without the public, there is no president. Why will you not listen to us in your basket? Why will you want to listen to criminals? And this is warning. I don't care your status or who you are. If you are part of a syndicate, aiding and abetting the person that took Mohbad's life, it is not just about taking the life. It is the images, the scenes, and the activities surrounding it that we don't want in our society. Take your hands off if you care about your hard-earned reputation. Because the moment we get to know you are involved, before you take our lives, we'll end your relevance. God will come after you. The way Pharaoh went after the children of Israel and vanished in the Red Sea, all of you together, including your children, will never be relevant against this country. We are going to be coming for you and we're coming with full force. We're not backing down. Thank you.
Block for
My name is Ajia Balogun Afeni Ontito. Mr. Yomi, may the Almighty God continue to guide you. Bless you. You will not use your children for those things for you. By the grace of God, we are going higher, higher, higher. Nobody will kill you. By the grace of God Almighty. People are with you, and I'm with you too. To me, please, Mr. Yomi, I want to just give you an advice. Why can't you write a letter to your NGO, letter paper, to the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and state something inside? Again, write another one to Governor Sanwo-Olu before that 2 weeks. When 2 weeks now end, they will know what to do, please. That's my own advice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please give a round of applause. I want to believe that is a valid piece of advice, and I would do as you said, In the next 3 days, we will ensure that this gets to the president. Trust me, like I said, the Nigerian police at the high level, higher than the Lagos State Police Command, they are already on the matter. But of course, anything can happen. You know, we just have to continue to do what is right and continue to speak. I'm not going to be writing off the protest because that is the language most political associations, you know, political parties and governments tend to listen to. And none of us will die. When we protest the first time for Mohbad, did anybody die? No. Was any public property looted?
No.
So why should anybody make it look like peaceful protest is not your right? Peaceful protest is fundamental human right. It is a language of the oppressed. And that is what we are suggesting. But of course, that is a valid angle to it. We're going to be writing, and we'll do exactly as you said, and I will put it on my social media that I've done it. I have the number of the special advisor to the president on media, and I will try and pass it to him and a few other persons in the presidency. The chief of staff to the president is an old student of Igobri College, which I'm also an old student, I cover. So chief of staff, if you're listening to me, up I see. Say. We're going to be sending in the letter. Hopefully, they will react to it before that time. But trust me, Nigerian youths, Nigerian students, National Association of Nigerian Students, this is a clarion call. It is the future and the soul of this country. It is time for us to pass the message to the government if this is what they want to use the Nigerian police to do. But hopefully, they will prove to us that that is not the case. But we have to set a date. I'm not backing down on the 2 weeks time, but I will do exactly as you said. And I want to believe within 5 days, they should be able to get the letter and respond to us, and we'll see positive reaction. So that is it, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir.
Give us the mic.
Question.
Where's the mic?
Where's the mic?
When you're asking questions, allow the mic to get to you before you talk so that it can be taken properly.
Justice for Mohbad. Uncle Yomi. Number one, Uncle Becky fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tẹ̀ ń ṣe. Lórúkọ Jésù, ayé òní àyè náà tẹ̀. And you will not be put to shame lórúkọ Jésù. And the lawyers beside you, sir, I pray for you too, sir. The Lord will back you up. Lórúkọ Jésù, iṣẹ́ yẹn ò ní sú yín. Sir, there is a question I want to ask. And each time the man the question, it bothers me a lot. And it goes to what Wunmi said. Mohbad's ex-girlfriend. Because me, I will not say, because Mohbad is late already. She said something. Oni kumo yeki Liam ku ni Mohbad ku. Yes, sir. Oni kumo yeki Liam ku ni Mohbad ku. And they are not doing anything. If the wife can come out and set the son in her hand, is emergency Igbo so all over papa. Ipe iyiku to yẹ kí Liam kó kú, òní ọkọ òun kú, ẹni tó ń pè ní bàbá ọmọ. Then definitely there's something patience. Uncle Yomi, my legal daddy and co. Please, can you say something about that? God bless you, sir. I want to mention my name, sorry. My name is Momjola Oluwa from God's Protection Platform on TikTok.
Thank you, madam. For that, if actually that one was said, there are some things you say that may not be taken against you. Anything, in fact, there are some actions you take that may not impute criminality on you. One of them is when you do something out of provocation. If this thing was said possibly, I don't know at what forum was that statement made.
Said it now, we want to have the records.
Now, excuse me. One thing we are saying, and I think it is still the same thing we are saying, this matter needs to be investigated. Investigation as it is now is still at the lowest ebb. For instance, the matter my colleagues was in court for today was at the instance of a petition written from our office. And when the petitioner, the complainant, when will he now become what are you?
Witness. Spectator. I'm a spectator.
Anyway, there is always a way around all those situations. When the chiefs are down, if my petition is not properly investigated, maybe there is a trial based on another petition, not at the instance of my petition. That my petition is kept in limbo. It is still alive. It will be later made reference to, and the petition will not die. It's either I withdraw it or it was invalidated. I know this petition has no name of the petitioner, or there is no, if that one is not done, if a wishy-washy trial is put up based on that, then we will refer back to that. Now, on that statement and many other, don't forget I said all these things, if they are not before the court, then they are not evidence. Yet, if they are before the court, then questions will be asked. When questions are asked, decision, opinion of the court will be drawn from it. And we will know if justice has been served or not. Thank you very much.
Mr. Yomi, good afternoon, sir. Firstly, my name is Importer Bright. My name is Importer Bright from Abeokuta State. I want to ask a question. Someone might be cleanest to this. Time will not story. Time will not parry. Because last of that, she had put at Masheke, or not my own, one chance at all. Don't stop it at all. Give us the time you are starting and time we should end it. Thank you, God bless you.
All right. That's a very valid question. Normally, as students, as patriots, as activists, as justice fighters, naturally you should know that when you want to protest and you're protesting genuinely on your right, it is expected that you want to say, okay, don't protest or go back in or go back. One thing we will do is this. Let's put it this way. Maybe the first day, please, decorum. The first day, we might do daytime. We'll be strategic. That's a very good question. The moment we pick a date and announce that we're fighting, even if you don't see me announcing, picture it that in the next 2 Wednesdays, in the next fortnight, if nothing comes up, whether I am alive or dead, whether I'm in prison or not, whether I'm in police cell or not, pick it up and fight for yourself and fight for this country. But the strategy you should look into, start with daytime. But please, if you pick a date, a time, if you say you want to converge 8 a.m., everybody should time themselves from their house. Know when and what time you get to that place by that 8 a.m. If it's going to take you 2 hours from your house before 8 a.m., leave 2 hours on time. If it's going to take you 15 minutes, leave 16 minutes. Everybody should arrive there at the same time. There is always a strength in numbers. Don't let them, if you converge in small units, police will be there and say, yeah, go. And if you are going to be meeting up in a place, converge in a place ahead of them. If you want to meet in, let me say, in Olumoro, you might meet where probably on It took this road very close to Olumoro. I'm just giving an instance if you're in Abeokuta. So that way, we can start with for 3 days, daytime, 7 to 5 p.m. Day 1, day 2, day 3. If nothing is now done, then we have to start doing overnight. If after 7 days, nothing is done, then we have to tell all the public offices, governor's office, everyone, stay in your house. You are not representing us again. Because there is no way the government and the police will be boldly telling the public that we will cover up murderers. Injustice to one is injustice to all. This case of Mohbad is nuising. Every parent, everybody wants to know what actually by Mohbad. You want us to go to bed without knowing. We want closure. It's not because that is where we're going to feed. Knowing what by Mohbad is already in our medulla oblongata. It's already in our it's a mental health issue. Because the picture we are seeing is still resonating. And the people in public authority are saying, go and flush your brain. We are not going to listen to you. We can't flush it. The only thing that can flush our brain of Mohbad's case is justice. And I don't want to believe, they're going to leave us and allow us to, because it's our country. It doesn't belong to them. They are only custodians. We are all equal. We are all citizens. So let's start with 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. where necessary. Start with daytime. When for 3 days nothing, then we'll start, going overnight. You understand? That's good. Thank you. But don't involve violence. When police come, it's your right to protest. At this case, you're not even going to